all began back in December. Every team with a positive outlook going forward.
3 seconds. 2, 1. It's good! A buzzer beater.
Through the course of this season, ups and downs.
Knocked down and wins it in overtime. And that will be it. My goodness. Heartbreak.
And now.
Great fight, but they come up just short.
We're in playoff time.
What a ball game. What a classic.
And every team's trying to
earn a trip to the state tournament.
The state tournament. The excitement begins now.
What a night here. They win. My goodness, what a finish.
WCMP Sports presents high school basketball.
Well, it won't be a long pregame show for Adam Hefty and myself because we've got an interview to get to with the head coach, Darren Fote. But quickly here, as we look at this one, two of the top teams in Section 5A going at it. And it seems fitting that both of the number one seeds got to this point, Adam. And I'm excited. How about you?
Tournament time, man. You can never pull me away. Big Ten tournament, SWAC tournament. It doesn't matter. Section 5A, we just finished up the Section 6 AA championship game with Albany defeating Annandale. I've never heard a gym so loud. This place is surrounded by cement, which makes sound not leave.
No, clear, yeah, it's a pretty fun gym to be a part of, but in this game it will be East Central and Nevis. So we are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll hear that interview with the Eagles head coach Darren Fote. Back after a word from our fine sponsors, then to the interview with Darren Fote.
And thank you, sports fans. The madness has been in full swing all night long, but it does have to come to a conclusion here. We're going to name a champion in 3, 2, and 1.
This week, Doc Sports Bar and Grill in Sturgeon Lake, a $25 certificate for only $15. Whoa, nothing but net.
Yeah, you might as well log in and save. WCMPradio.com/deals, where everyone's a champion. That's WCMPradio.com/deals.
Hinkley Towing.
Hi, I'm on the side of the highway with a flat. Can you help me?
On the way.
Hinkley Towing?
Yep. How can we help?
We just had an accident and don't know where to bring the vehicle.
No sweat. We'll come out now and bring you back to our collision center.
Hinkley Towing. Experienced drivers, state-of-the-art trucks, and 24/7 service. For Hinkley Towing, call 320-385-4049 anytime. Hinkley Towing, 320-385-4049 anytime.
We are now joined by the East Central boys basketball head coach, Darren Fote. First of all, Coach Fote, thanks so much for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
And taking a look at the playoffs, we talked about the first game against St. John's Prep. You guys were focused on that one and came away with another double-digit victory. The offense was on point, and the defense came out ready to go for that one.
Absolutely. We did everything we needed to against Prep.
And of course, moving forward, the next game was at a familiar place at Hinckley Finlayson High School this past Saturday against Pact Charter. Give us a look at that game through your eyes.
You know, we struggled, and I think in our section we get teams like Pact and that we don't play during the year, and we really didn't have much for film on them against any like teams other than Bram. And so it was kind of tough getting ready. I mean, you have some film, but playing other academies and other charter schools and things like that, and I don't know. They just played really well. As well as they played against us, I didn't have any film that showed that they had played that well during the year, especially in man-to-man defense. And so, you know, it really felt like things were not going our way, quite honestly, against Pact. Obviously, Dixon in foul trouble. You saw the game. Boy, some of the stuff, sometimes you get playoffs, you get refs you don't know. They see things one way, I see things another way. I disagreed with a lot of what was going on there. And you see different teams of referees call things different way, and you have to adjust. And, I mean, our adjustment had to be Dixon had to sit on the bench for way too long for my happiness, you know. And that's such a big part of our game is having Big Jake out there. That, and they were all over the Texier, and the Texier couldn't get loose. But they played straight man, we haven't seen hardly any of that this year because everybody wants to double Dixon inside. So we see a lot of zone and a lot of doubles and triples even on Jake inside. So they decided to go ahead and just straight up man us. They took away the three-point shot from us. And as things matriculated down in the second half and that, you know, they come out, they hit some bombs. I mean, they were hitting, 25-footers. They hit a few. And they just did a really nice job. I think they had a game plan coming in. They got some thicker guys inside, not necessarily taller, but they're strong inside. And they were going to beat on Dixon a little bit inside, hope to get away with it, and they were, because he got almost no calls inside, and then just hope he missed a few bunnies, and they hit some threes, and they'd be in it, and that's exactly what happened. Luckily for us, down the stretch, I listened to some of your game call, and I think at one point I don't have the quote perfect, but you were like, well, they're going to come down and throw it in Dixon again because why would they do anything different? And that's the truth. I guess it's, you die by the sword, that's the three-pointers, or you die by getting bashed in the head with a rock, and that's keep throwing it Dixon inside. And they chose the latter, and we were patient. Our guards were patient. They didn't force shots. Jake kept fighting through everything, kept his head in the game. You see a lot of young guys lose their cool in situations like that, and I think credit to Jake, he did not lose his cool. We didn't shoot good enough from the free throw line against them. We were only about 50%.
Coach, to see that your team stay level-headed like that.
Well, it's everything we worked on all year come to fruition is what that is. I mean, we talk about it, but, you can talk about it till you're blue in the face. You go back, we always say, we go back to our training in pressure situations. It's easy to go and do something different or go and do something when there's no pressure on. But when that heat is on, you go back to your training and to our practices and what we talk about each and every day about, maintaining our composure and understanding the entire game and how it's a transition game and one play doesn't win or lose any game and that. And as a coach, it's very fulfilling as far as everything we've taught has really stuck with these guys. They've taken it in, and now they're like coaches. At this point in the year, they're coaches on the floor. Like I tell them, I go, really, all I'm here for is to tell you what time the bus leaves. At this point, it's up to you guys. You got it, and they've done a great job of that. I can't say enough about the senior leadership of guys like Warren Carlson and Dylan Lundberg as far as keeping guys' heads in it, maintaining control of the game, just constantly talking and making sure that all the younger guys are ready to go.
Just last night, you guys moved on and played Uppsala. That was a tough game there in the first half, a close game. Guys got down by double digits in the second half, only to come back on an incredible run to end the game with the win. Give us your look on that game as well.
I'll tell you what, that was a fun one. That was a fun one. I mean, in the first half, everything that we thought they would do, they did. We knew that while you do enough of our games, we got Dixon outside a little bit, had some dribble handoffs with Letexier to get him open, worked to get him open a little bit. Once again, it was a decent start. I wouldn't call it as rough a start as we had against Pact. Just had to feel them out a little bit. Got a little bit of a lead. There were some nerves showing in that first half, no doubt about it. There were a couple of passes that went a little bit crooked on us and things like that. But, Uppsala is a very good team. They shoot the ball well. They defend well. At this point, you don't play any slouches at this point in the tournament. I think, last night we could talk about all sorts of stuff. We down 1.5, so we were like, okay, new game, here we go. Obviously, we just couldn't get it going. We missed some shots. And gave up a few threes. But then, there was a timeout with 9:29 left, and I subbed Olsen back in, number 12 there, Braden Olsen. And I was like, you know what, we got to be, we're always full court, but a lot of times we're just trying to get one or two turns of the guard on the way up. I told him, I said, we got to pressure harder. We got to get on that ball. We got any ball screen, we got to jump it harder. We got to get more aggressive, not worry about fouls, and we have to change the tempo of their offense because they had found a tempo against us. And, boy, that's what he did. He led that attack. Him and then, Carlson, he just kept playing. He had 3 fouls. He kept playing. 3 fouls in the first half. He just played like a warrior last night. That's the best game Warren's ever played, I think. He had some tough finishes inside. So, 9:29, that's a timeout. We're down 51-39. And then when the clock hits 3:49, Letexier hits a 3, and we're up 54-53. So all that time went by on the clock, about 6 minutes, and they scored 2 points. And that's the way our defense is meant to be played. I think we got away from it for a few minutes there, and we just couldn't find our groove, And that's the way, it's almost like a dance out there sometimes because we're switching so many things and we have to be in some sort of rhythm. We got out of our rhythm a little bit, and that's kudos to Uppsala. They're a good team. But when we got a little bit tougher on that when Olsen came in, we found our rhythm. Letexier started going on fire. Dixon doing his thing. Carlin hits a 3. We had Lundberg hit 3 last night. We just, they just showed guts. I was so proud of this team. The guts these kids showed. There was no, Uppsala had a couple looks. They could have hit it. But, it's hard. You get the last 5 minutes of the game, and you're open for a 3. Man, that's not easy. That's not easy for anybody. Whereas the Letexier come down, you have 3 guys on him, don't matter. He's making it. He clutch, absolute clutch.
Yeah, and it was so fun to watch. And you mentioned the comeback there and hitting just shots when they needed to. But I was really impressed with this team. I think a lot of players could have hung their heads in that moment. Your team did not. It seemed like they came back out of that timeout with a new energy, a new look, and just kept moving forward. I mean, you talked about it before, but just it was so impressive to be able to see that, especially in that type of moment where down by double digits, it could have easily been looked at as over, but this team came out with a new energy, and it was just so impressive to watch. I mean, was that part of your message? Was that the seniors, or was that just the team itself knowing, hey, we want this?
I think it was the team. There was, in that timeout, there was nobody hanging their heads. Of course I have a message to them, but it is, hey, it's 9 minutes left. It's 12 points. This is nothing for us. We just got to lock down. If we lock down, we don't want to give up more than 50 points a game. We don't. We just plain don't. I don't care if we're playing the Lakers. We don't want to give up more than 50 points a game. That's our goal. And I was a little frustrated that we had already given up 51. I let them know that. And I said, that's it. We got to lock them up right now. That's it. Quit letting them score. We know what to do. Now get in the rhythm. Give that extra effort. You got your win now. And boy, we just needed 1 or 2 things to go our way, and they did hit a couple shots. And as soon as we hit a couple shots, boy, you could feel that momentum swing. And, I was just so proud of the boys. I mean, it's myself and the coaches were talking. It's like any comeback story sports movie you ever saw. I mean, it was a Cinderella story of sorts, coming back last. So that it was fun for everybody. And you, like I say, you were there. How about that crowd that we had there last night? That was amazing.
Yeah, that crowd was awesome. It was a home game, really, for East Central with the crowd, the pep band, the cheerleaders. It was such a fun atmosphere to be a part of. I don't know if I have ever been a part of a playoff atmosphere like that. It was so cool, and it's so intimate in that gym, too. It's so much fun.
Yep, it was electric. I mean, after a game like that, I go and on the ride home on the bus, I dig my phone out of my backpack and look at it, and there's 300 text messages from people all over the country just paying attention to the Eagles. So that's pretty cool. I mean, the whole thing, it's a great way to unite the community and really have some positive things going on as far as the school goes. Everybody's on board in the community. All the businesses have their signs out saying East Central boys game tonight. it's really a lot of fun. You know, the guys that are involved in that game will never forget it their entire life. You know, 25-year reunion, they'll be like, hey, remember that game? You know, and now all we can hope for is to keep this momentum moving forward, you know. Now, I guess as a coach, it's my job to harness all that happiness, and we got to forget about that for a minute. We're you know, I'm pouring over film today and getting practice plan ready, and now we got to get ready for Nevis, and we get to go play at my alma mater, St. Cloud State, go to Hollenbeck, and lay it on the line and see what we can do, you know.
What does practice look like today? Any specific things working on, or is it more of going to be kind of a relaxed practice?
Yeah, we'll do film work first. Then we'll get loose. Our trainer Luke Caron, and he'll be there. I got some guys that need to be worked on. We got some guys that are really tight. And after that was a battle. Some of them guys played the entire game. They're sore. They need to get plenty of water and some healthy food, and we're going to get some shots up. We're going to run through, you know, a lot of stuff that Nevis runs and things that we ran last night that we could run a little better. Some looks that I think we can run against Nevis that might have some success, and basically, we're not going to go out there and run, you know, 50 killers or anything like that, crazy like that. But we would want to get them moving, get the blood flowing through their muscles, help the healing process, and like I say, we'll ice up. Anybody needs to get iced up, and they'll get it rubbed down and just get loose and see the ball go through the net a few more times and just get a real biggest thing is just getting that positive mental outlook. You know, there's so many things involved in a deal like this now that we haven't been through. As far as the bus ride to St. Cloud, we have the AA game ahead of us at 6 o'clock, and that's a huge game. The stands are going to be packed for that, and our fans can't go in until after that. You know, it just as you keep going, it just ratchets up the whole time. So a big part of what our AD will take care of it, Todd Lindstrom, he'll take care of that. A lot of our planning and our busing and getting the band they have to organize. And, you know, I got all sorts of people asking me, well, is there going to be a fan bus? Is there going to be man, I don't know. You know, I'm trying to get ready for the game, but you have all this other stuff that you have to do at the same time. So a lot of that is, thank goodness I got a great coaching staff with Tom Guffey and Kevin Burgess and Craig Thorvig. And we were up talking till 2 o'clock in the morning last night, watching film, getting ready, enjoying the moment a little bit. But at the same time, we don't want that to be the highlight. We want one more win and then go see what we can do.
Coach, final thing here for you. What are you looking for on Friday from your team to try and help them come away with that victory to punch their ticket to state?
It would be that none of my guys ever watch Hoosiers, so I don't know if I bring a tape measure with and have them measure the hoop and see this 10-foot tall. And that's all it is. But you know, I really want them to be in the moment and don't let that moment get too big for them. I think we'll be okay in that aspect, but I think that's the biggest thing. We want to come out and, you know, hey, Nevis was there last year. They know they're trying to go back to state. They got all their guys back. That doesn't mean they get a free pass to go back, and that's what I'm going to preach today. Is we're going to go out and we're going to come out with a mentality that, hey, we were the 1 seed. We're the big guys. They got big guys. We got big guys. We'll take their best punch, and no matter what happens, we're never out of a game. And we're going to keep our heads in it, not lose our cool, and we've done a very good job of that. I think these last two games have shown that when we face adversity, we come back from it. We don't fall. And that's going to be huge because it's not like Nevis is going to come out and miss every shot. I mean, it's going to be a game. Be a game right down the end is what I anticipate. And, you know, it'll probably be decided in the last couple of minutes. And if that's the way it is, well, I like our chances. I like my players.
Well, Coach, that is all that I have for you here today. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Well, I just wanted to thank you for all your good coverage. There's people, I'll let you know right now, there's people all over the U.S. that are listening to you. All guys I graduated with, and a lot of East Central alumni are listening to you. So keep up the good work. I appreciate all the positive things you're saying. You know, you didn't say that I was messing up too bad ever, so that was nice of you. And our fans are great. My coaching staff has been great, and boy, I'll tell you what, when these players, I can't say enough good things about the players. They've just held it all together, and that's 1 through 17 on our bench right now. In practice, they've been so awesome. They replicate what other teams do so well. This season we're enjoying now, but we're not going anywhere. We're going to be back next season in this game again. I feel we have a very good chance of, because, boy, we got some young studs coming up, and this has been a great experience for them.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it, and, of course, love covering the team, and wish you the best of luck on Friday. And, again, thanks so much for joining me.
All right. Have a good one, bud.
And that, again, was head coach Darren Fote. Thanks so much to him for that interview. And while we got just a little bit of time here in the pregame, Adam, these two teams, this is going to be a very fun game, a very evenly matched game. Now, looking at Nevis, they have had at least over 20 points victory-wise over their last couple of 3 opponents in the playoffs, but they haven't really faced a defense like East Central yet.
Right, and when you have those twin towers like we've been talking about, that poses a unique challenge. It'll be interesting to see what Nevis brings to the table. This will be the first time I've seen them, so I'll be learning along with everybody else what they do and how they do it. But whatever they do it well. I believe they're top 20 in the QRF just about all season, and they've been here before, like the coach said in the interview. So it's going to be a challenge, and we'll see what they bring to the table.
Yeah, last year they went 4 straight over Walker, Hackensack, Akeley, Swanville, Broward, Eagle Valley, and then Barnum. Then they went to the state tournament, lost their first game, but then won 2 straight to become consolation champions over Sacred Heart. So they are used to being in this situation. That could play a factor, but in this type of a game, I think for East Central, the one thing I think you got to focus more on than anything is just playing your game, because I think if you look at it as, if we win, we go to state, you're looking way past what you need to.
Right.
And Coach said it, we just got to focus on being ourselves, and I think that's way more important than people realize.
Right, and we talked about it against Uppsala as well. You're good enough to play your own game and force your opponent to play along with you. At least that's what your hope is. Mm-hmm. And they came away victorious over Uppsala. It was close, but East Central sort of ran away with it towards the end.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. They just went to their strengths, and they used it against Uppsala.
Yeah, and it was their defense, like you had mentioned in that game. Taking a look at our starting lineups, of course, no Anthem. Albany beat Annandale. Of course, Albany goes back to state. Somebody one day will knock them off, but not today. Our starting lineups tonight here for the Nevis Tigers, head coach by Scott Kramer. It will be number 1, Austin Arendt. Number 2, Devin Lindau. Number 11, Christian Moe. Number 15, John Paul Benson. And 25, Alex Lester. On the other side for your East Central Eagles, who are head coached by Darren Fote, it will be number 1, Warren Carlson. Number 4, Xavier Latexier. Number 11, Dylan Lundberg. Number 24, Jacob Dixon, and the other twin tower, number 32, Ben Carlin. Those are your starting lineups here for each side. Taking a look, Beaver Meadow Garden Center. Winner? What winner? Since you're probably ready to get out into the garden, Beaver Meadow Garden Center is open. Beaver Meadow Garden Center is now open for the gardening season. Of course, 18 minutes are up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. We're here at Hollenbeck Hall on the campus of St. Cloud State University. We didn't get to park here, Adam. We had to park down at Herb Brooks Center at the hockey arena, but it's a beautiful walk, it's a beautiful campus, and it's a beautiful night for basketball. Even though we're indoors, it's still going to be beautiful when we have to walk back to our cars.
Right. I mean, it's not a bad walk to watch some playoff basketball.
Right.
That's the draw of having the second game of a doubleheader here at a beautiful gym. Love this gym. I can't say it enough.
And it will be loud, ladies and gentlemen.
It doesn't need any help.
No, it certainly doesn't. As Nevis comes out in their white away uniforms, their green letters and numbers outlined in the yellow. The green trim on the neck, the green stripe down the side of the jersey and short. For the Central Eagles, they'll be wearing their blue home uniforms. The gray numbers outlined in white and the white letters outlined in the gray. The big white stripe down the side of the jersey in short, and then in front of that stripe is a gray stripe down jersey and short as well. Again, we talk about these two teams matching up pretty darn well. You've got Dixon at 6'6", Ben Carlin at 6'7", but Nevis is not without their size either. Looking at their bench, number 25, who will be starting for them, in Alex Lester. He's got some height to him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how both teams combat each other's height, because I can't imagine either team has played a lot of height, so they're able to dominate. It'll be interesting. I really want to see what Ben Carlin does tonight, because I imagine Dixon is going to be somewhat, I don't want to say zeroed out, but he'll have a challenge in front of him. So Carlin's going to have to have a pretty big game here, and tonight is the night for that.
Well, and we've seen they kept dunking it down in, didn't mean to say dunking, but they kept dumping it down in to Jacob Dixon despite being triple covered at times,
right,
and he would come away with the ball. That's just how good Dixon is, but tonight he's going to have even more of a battle. It'll be Dixon and Lester at center court for tip-off, and we are underway here in the Section 5A championship game. Accidentally tipped to Benson for the Nevis Tigers. Shot is up, no good, and that will be a foul on Nevis, and the Eagles get the first call of the game.
It was a pretty obvious offensive foul as number 1, Austin Aaron, just lowered his shoulder into Carlson.
Inbound here will go to Letexier. One of the bigger things, I think, for tonight, too, is in talking with head coach Fote. He talked about, hey, we need to get Letexier open. That's why we didn't have as much success against Pac Charter that we wanted to. We didn't get Letexier open like we wanted. So I think in this one, we're going to see Letexier try and get open early and often. That ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Nevis Tigers.
That's going to rely a lot on movement without the basketball on Letexier's part and screening him open.
Well, we've seen that in the second half of the game with Dixon basically handing it off to him. Not so much of a screen as it was Dixon just providing the give, and now Dixon will get the Eagles on the board first. As we are underway here in this one, the Eagles on the board first. It's 2-0 East Central. Back the other way come Nevis, and that ball nearly taken away. It is stolen away. That's Xavier Letexier with the steal.
Letexier getting the steal. Really good defense towards the basket. When it gets down there, you look like you're in a bad spot, but East Central able to play well in that desperation mode.
Yeah, they did not look like they were in good defense. That's going to be more or less of a pass, but it's going to be taken by Lindau. I think it'll be counted as a steal. Now underneath the basket. Oh, this one going to be stolen away again. Ben Carlin tried to pass it back, did the Nevis Tiger player, but Carlin was right there for the steal. Now back come the East Central Eagles.
Another forced turnover down by the basket for the Tigers.
And now it's the Eagles who have it. They try to give it inside to Dixon. Dixon backing his way in. Can't get it to fall. He can't get his own rebound as it's taken by Devin Lindau of the Tigers. He brings it up the court.
It's going to be a battle down there by the basket all night on both sides.
Travel call there on Nevis. It'll be another turnover.
So 4 possessions for the Tigers, 4 turnovers. That one was unforced, however.
This has been tough. But you know, what is kind of unfortunate for East Central, they have not converted those into points except for one time. So we talk about 4 times down for Nevis. That could be 8-0 right now for East Central, but they only get 2 out of it. It'll be Dixon battling against Lester. That's a battle we're going to watch all night, trying to get around Lester. He got fouled and go to the line and shoot 2.
And they've been getting the ball down to Dixon. There's 2 reasons why they're doing that. One is to get them to score, hopefully. But if that's not happening, make Nevis respect it down there and hopefully get a double down there.
That one's no good for Jacob Dixon.
That falls on Lester, so if you're able to get him in foul trouble, we'll see how that hampers the Tigers going forward.
And I'm really interested to see free throws here for East Central, because we've seen how poor it was Saturday. Turnaround, it was great on Wednesday.
Yep, and Dixon was really good on Wednesday.
I think he only missed 1 on Wednesday, if I remember correctly.
He went 6 for 7 from the line on Wednesday night.
So they would like to see that continue here tonight. Pass,
nearly another turnover.
But Mo is going to pick it up for the Tigers. He looks for a screen. Now he's bothered by Carlson. Over on the far side to Benson. Now to Aaron. Aaron getting around the horn, gives it off to Lester. Lester spin inside.
Good
lob forward is
unable to get the basket.
No good, and it's rebounded by Ben Carlin. He gives it Letexier forward. Letexier looks nearly A steal now to Carlson. Carlson going to drive inside. Back out Lundberg to Carlson again. Physical early on. Lundberg thought about 3. He'll give it into Dixon and wide open. He drops it in for 2. He got leverage that time on Lester.
East Central is just playing stronger here in the early going.
And that was a good move by Dixon to get himself behind Lester. Great lob pass by Lundberg as well. As now Lindau gives it over to Benson. Now on the far side for Moe. And that's an open 3 going to come up short. But the rebound going to get back to Benson. And the Tigers have yet another chance. Benson, he got past the defender. He'll lay it in for 2. And the Tigers are on the board. It's 4-2 in favor of East Central. Letexier on the far side with it. Looking, he wanted to go to Lundberg. He was guarded well, gives it to Carlin. Carlin is not afraid to pop it off from there. Now gives it out to Carlson for 3. That's off the mark. And Dixon could not grab that rebound over Benson. Benson just in better position.
Had Aaron down on the other side of the basket, or on the other side of the court, but
and a foul there on. Yeah, that was a good foul call because he pushed off to get that rebound, and that is on Lester. Yeah, I watched it happen, and I was wondering if we were going to be seeing the foul call, and they got it.
A.J. Bessler now in for the Tigers. We'll see how long Lester is forced to sit on the bench. If Nevis is able to keep this close, maybe they can keep him on the bench for longer, but if things start getting out of hand, if Dixon starts doing his thing down on the block, you might be forced to put him back in before you really want to.
And you talked about it. You were wanting to see if they could get Lester in some foul trouble. And now I think they'll get Bessler for a foul. Yeah, they will. So now Dixon to the line again for 2. Shot is up and good that time.
So
by Dixon.
1 for 3 from the line so far tonight for Dixon. He has all 5 Eagle points.
Dixon. Oh, no good on that one. That one was well off the mark. So 1 of 2 there for Dixon. Rebounded by Benson. Back the other way.
Probably should have called that dead because it didn't really hit rim.
Yeah.
But nothing hurt.
Lindau now goes inside. And that ball knocked away.
Nearly another turnover. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Eagle basketball. So another turnover on Nevis down by the basket.
5 turnovers already by Nevis. 5 points for East Central. And if you're head coach Darren Vogt, you'd like to see your team convert these more into points.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're happy with setting things up.
Mm-hmm. Carlson has it now. He gives it near side to Lundberg. Lundberg, he wants to go inside Dixon. Dixon guarded well. Could have been a foul. They didn't get it. Carlson now has it on the far side. Ball rolling up for grabs. Picked up there by Letexier. Letexier guarded well. Gives it to Carlin on the near side now for Lundberg. Lundberg has leverage. He gives it back to Dixon. Dixon picks it up. 7 seconds to shoot. Dixon, spin move. Can't get it off. Oh, and then a miscommunication. Lundberg was slashing to the basket while Dixon's pass went behind him. I think Lundberg had the right idea.
That offensive possession was out of sync from the beginning. Lundberg had a wide open lane to the basket, and he hesitated. That's the word I'm looking for, and it closed up by the time he got there.
Braden Olson checks into the game for East Central. Devin Lindau brings it up the court. He gives it off to Bessler. Bessler top of the key. He looks to the near side. He gives it off to Benson. That's John Paul Benson who gives it to Moe. Moe finds a little bit of a lane. Pull-up jumper is good by Christian Moe to make it 5-4. Now East Central comes back the other way. Warren Carlson calls out the offensive play. Gives it off to Dixon near side. Dixon drifts to the top of the key. Hands it to Carlin. Carlin going to pop off a 3. That's going to be off the mark. But Dixon right there for the rebound. Are we surprised? And Dixon's going to back his way in for a basket to make it 7-4.
How did he find that space?
I really don't know sometimes how he finds any space to work with because he's doubled, even triple teamed sometimes, and yet he still finds room to maneuver. Lindau gives it off now to Benson. Benson wanted to go far side. He does to Arendt. Arendt looks. He'll give it back now to Bessler. Bessler on the near side, trying to get around Carlin. And
Carlin was just a step slow defensively.
We're going to get a foul there. Ben Carlin, his first, team's first.
But you're right. East Central's lack of ability to take advantage of the turnovers has kept this game close. East Central has been dominating here so far in the early going, but only up 3 points.
At this point, they look like the better team. But right now, unable to get anything to really go their way. That shot is no good, and Bessler just stole that rebound. Now a top of the key three from Benson is good, and that will tie us at 7.
You don't give a good shooter 2 opportunities for a 3. He'll make it nearly every time.
We saw that Wednesday with Letexier. He missed one, got the rebound, or he didn't get the rebound, his teammate did, but they threw it back to him and they said, here, do it again. Far side pass from Letexier to Carlson. He'll go inside to Dixon. There's the 3 guys on Dixon. A turnaround jumper. How in the world? He got it to fall 9-7.
He just shot it at the high point, and for Jacob Dixon, that high point is high.
Really high. As now come the other way, Christian Moe trying to get around Carlson. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded that time by Bessler, and he'll put it back. Try to put it back, no good, and it's been Carlin with the rebound for East Central. Warren Carlson brings it back up the other way. He looks, gives it far side to Letexier. So far, he has not been open at all, and now a pure steal by Moe. And Moe will take it the other way, and he'll lay it in for 2 to tie us at 9.
Christian Moe has 4 on the night.
Warren Carlson calling out the offense, gives it up to Dixon. Dixon, they're going to get a travel here on Dixon, and that'll be their 4th turnover. 3 quick turnovers here by East Central. They all of a sudden have 4, while Nevis has 5. 10:57 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. You can find out more at embracemn.com. We'll get a full timeout here by the East Central Eagles. We'll take one as well. You're listening to Boys Section Championship Basketball on WCMP.
Howdy! Your favorite friendly garden gnome here, and man, I'm ready to start getting out in the garden. Thankfully, Beaver Meadow Garden Center is now open for the season. Bare root trees, starter flowers and vegetable plants, bulbs, and now they have a cool boutique area. That's fun to say. Boutique, with one-of-a-kind clothing and decorations. Visit Beaver Meadow on Facebook for hours of operation and start of the season tips.
Flowers, veggies, trees, shrubs, and supplies. Just one exit south of Hinckley. Beaver Meadow Garden Center. Good things from garden to home.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM. Have you got your 2024 restaurant passport yet? Better grab one at one of our 20 participating local restaurants because it's your chance to win free food. Details at WCMPradio.com. We're tied at 9 apiece here at Hollenbeck Hall in this Section 5A championship between the East Central Eagles and the Nevis Tigers. Again, early on, East Central looks like the much better team, but they have not been able to capitalize off of the turnovers that they have created on the side of Nevis.
And Nevis has calmed down a bit and been able to run through some offensive sets, winning a couple offensive boards as well.
And they have done a really good job of these last couple 3 possessions of getting themselves second chance scoring opportunities, and that's really what kind of hurt East Central as of late. As now Bessler has it near side. He'll give it off to Lindau. Lindau looks for a screen from Bessler, and then he'll give it inside to Arendt. Arendt going to get an offensive charge. And Arendt with his 2nd, team's 5th.
Letexier just stood there on the good side of the restricted area, and that's a good charge. That's a good charge call.
It really is. And that is so tough to take. As a player, you see it coming. A lot might step out of the way because it's not going to be uncomfortable when you hit the floor. Well, the Eagles will get it inbounded. Carlin will inbound to Carlson. Carlson will let it roll.
Nevis fans don't like it, but not only was he out of the restricted area, but Aaron lowered his shoulder.
And to be fair, I don't think we would like it if it was East Central's call, but hey, it's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Braden Olsen gets the pass on the far side from Carlin. He'll go back top the key to Carlin. Now over to Carlson. He'll go inside Dixon and almost fouled, and he'll lose it. That'll be a steal by Lindau. That was close to another foul, but Lindau will get it stolen away, and he'll give it off near side for 3. That's going to be no good, and you can't allow that. Bessler with an easy rebound to lay it back in for 2. That is a killer.
And now Nevis has their first lead of the night.
11-9 is the score. Carlson, he'll give it over to Dixon. Now to Letexier. I don't know if Dixon just didn't hold on that one tight enough, but Letexier kind of knocked it out. Carlin back now to Olsen. Olsen to the near side to Carlson to Dixon. Dixon tiptoes to keep himself in bounds. He bullies his way to the basket and lays it in for 2. That is the defender just willing to give to Dixon because he knows some way, somehow Dixon's going to get there anyways. Benson with it now for Nevis. Benson searches. He'll drift to the far side, then gives it off to his teammate Mo. Mo bothered by Carlin. Carlin nearly got the steal, but Mo gets it back. Now over to Bessler on the near side for Lindau. Lindau gets a screen. Looks, dumps it inside to Bessler. Bessler can't get it to fall, and Carlin will tip it to himself for the rebound.
That was a really good pick and roll. The layup just didn't fall.
Carlson up the court with it now, calling out the offense. The offense will get set. Looking a little bit hectic here for the Eagles, but they get set finally. Letexier gets a screen from Carlin. Not going to work, though, as Carlin, he'll pull up a jumper, and that's going to be no good. Rebounded there by Lindau, and now we're going to get a whistle here.
A frustration foul on Xavier Letexier.
And that's unfortunate. We've seen him battle, along with Carlson, with a couple of players on Wednesday from Uppsala, and we were kind of surprised we didn't see any fouls, but Ramsey Kiernan will now check into the game for the Eagles.
Nevis really putting on the defensive pressure here tonight.
Lindau will give it off to Bessler. Bessler gives it over to Lewis. Eli Lewis trying to back his way inside, gives it to Benson. Benson, that was an awkward shot, but he got it to fall. Makes it 13-11. Here comes Carlson. Nevis, by the way, one of the top scoring offense in the section at 84 points per game. Dixon, just missed his window to get it inside, and he gets it up. Can't get it to fall. Kiernan is definitely fouled. Couldn't get the call. And Carlson gets the steal. There is crazy action. It was rebounded for a moment by Lewis. Then Carlson got the steal back. So East Central getting it back now. Carlin will give it off, and that is too far as Lindau with another steal here for Nevis. Going inside, shot up, no good. Bessler with the rebound, and he's fouled.
Another offensive rebound for Nevis.
And Bessler will go to the line now and shoot two. That foul is going to be the team's third on East Central. The first there on Kiernan.
So Bessler at the line for two.
First one up, no good. 13-11, Eagles trail here in this first half. Checking in for the Tigers now is Isaac Bessler.
Second free throw is short as well.
So A.J. Bessler no good, and it was rebounded by Carlin. And Carlson will bring it back up. Gives it to Dixon. Dixon picks up his dribble, gives off the near side to Kiernan. Kiernan for three. No good. Trying to get the foul call. Couldn't get it. And now Dixon's going to be fouled. No, they're going to call a jump ball. And Dixon says to himself, "Are you kidding?" And I tend to agree with him there, but it was a battle. They're going to call jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Tigers, so we'll go back their way.
The Eagles' offense needs a jolt.
It does. They've been a little bit stagnant as of late, under 7.5 to go. It's still only 2-point difference, though, here, which if you're East Central, you're okay with at this point. And we kind of seen this against Uppsala. We didn't really see the offense come to life, and then with 8:40 to go, there it was.
Yeah, their defense fueled their offense.
Benson, no good. Ramsey Kiernan guards it like a running back through some traffic as he pulls in the rebound. Gives it to Dixon. He's bothered. He picks up his dribble, gives it to Carlson. Carlson up the court. He goes near side to Carlin. Now over to Olsen. Olsen picks up his dribble, drive inside, foul, then he'll go to the line to shoot two.
So we'll see if this is on Bessler, then he'll have his second.
They're going to get that one on Isaac Bessler. So it was on Bessler, you were right. Just the other Bessler. And Olsen is good on his first.
He gets the first non-Dixon point for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Christian Moe back in for the Tigers.
So 13-12, 1 point difference now. And Olsen can't drop in the second one. Dixon, that one slipped through his hands. Rebounded by Moe. And a three here, no good. Dixon going to grab the rebound.
Nearly stolen there by Lindau, but East Central able to gather it back.
Texier, he has not been open a lot, and we've seen that against Pack Charter. And Bessler will get the steal. Just not a very easy pass there, and I don't think Dixon was quite ready for it.
Well, and the window was so small.
It was. As now Lindau has it, he gives it to Bessler. That is A.J. Bessler. A 3 here is no good, but Nevis is going to get the rebound. That's Benson. Another 3 here. That's going to be no good again. They're going to get the rebound again. It's Isaac Bessler. Now we're going to get a foul here on East Central.
It'll be their 4th, and it might be on Letexier. He was in the area.
They're going to get that one on Dixon.
So Dixon's first.
Timeout going to be called here by Nevis. While we have a moment, we'll take a look at Here's the Pitch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, get into Here's the Pitch in North Branch. State-of-the-art batting cages for baseball and fast-pitch softball. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. Plus, that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard shows 6:04 left in the first half with the Eagles trailing by 1. They'll leave you with a smile you embrace forever. Plus, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. You can find out more at embracemn.com. That's EMBRACEMN.com. A close game here. The first half of the first half, all East Central. Now the second half of the first half, kind of leaning in favor of Nevis.
Yeah, water's going to level out. I mean, both these teams are very solid teams, so we'll see who takes advantage of the other team's mistakes, because neither really has been able to do that.
And now Nevis, again, will inbound out of the timeout. They lead by 1, 6:04 left. It's going to be Benson on the baseline to inbound. And we're good to go. He'll inbound there to Lindau. Lindau back to Benson, and he'll get fouled, and he'll line and shoot 2. Fote not happy with his team.
Got Dixon and Carlin in the air.
They're going to get Carlin on that one. And yeah, that's a tough one because that'll be Carlin's second. But at the same time, both Dixon and Carlin are taller than him. So you feel like, I think if you're head coach Darren Fote, you say, hey, just keep your hands up.
Right. Free throw is no good.
So John Paul Benson, no good on that one. Keeps us 13-12. And he'll get ready for his second. Neon theme here for the East Central students section. And that one's good by John Paul Benson. So he's 1 of 2 there to make it 14-12. Still in favor of Nevis, but we are close here. Carlson, he'll give it off to Dixon, and he'll hand it to Olsen. Braden Olsen over to Letexier. Texier lob inside to Carlin. That's knocked out of bounds. Oh, that should be East Central ball.
I don't like that East Central was playing with it, though.
Right.
I mean, you kind of force the official to make a call when that pass shouldn't have been made in the first place.
They wanted to give it inside Carlin. I understand the idea,
right.
But yeah, maybe try somewhere else that time. Now left alone, John Paul Benson a long 3, and that is good. That is exactly what you don't need. If you're East Central, 17-12 now, under 5.5 to go.
Benson with 11.
Carlson being bothered, and they're going to get a double dribble. Ooh. Letting them be physical out there, they for sure are. It'll be a turnover. I thought they might get Nevis Moe for hooking Carlson. And that's what Carlson's looking to vote for. He says, wait a minute. But they're letting them be physical out there, and Carlson will shove the Tigers back. So yeah, they're giving it both ways.
Right. As long as it's consistent. That's what we're hoping for.
John Paul Benson gets a pass back from. And now we're going to get a foul here on Nevis. They're going to get that one on Christian Moe. So 17 fouls now for the Nevis Tigers. And here come the Eagles. It's Warren Carlson.
He needs something offensively because nothing's working right now.
I think they need to get back to bread and butter, but you also, I think, need to start getting Letexier open. Letexier, oh my goodness. And he'll throw it off the defender and throw it out of bounds.
Well, Nevis.
Well, they want a tech for that. He's throwing it off the defender to keep it his ball. There's no technical foul for that one.
The defensive pressure by Nevis is strong. Maybe run a few backdoor cuts.
Hey, yeah, they need something.
use Nevis's aggression against him.
Absolutely. Olsen, he's going to drive baseline. Oh, my goodness. I thought he had Dixon back door, but he was looking far side, I think, for Letexier. That ball knocked out of bounds by Bessler, A.J. Bessler. Looking at the Besslers, of course. A.J. the younger, Isaac the older. Dixon going to drive inside. No good, and that one's going to be rebounded by Eli Lewis. So Nevis kind of has everything going their way right now. Letexier out of position. Shot is up, no good. And Braden Olsen will finally get a rebound here for East Central. And Carlson. I think the Eagles need to push the pace a little bit.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Get Nevis off balance
just
defensively.
Something. Letexier shots blocked, but he was clearly fouled. Could hear the slap on the wrist from here. And that'll send him to the line now for 2. They're going to get that one on Eli Lewis, that team's 8th, his first. So Letexier, usually very good from the free throw line. And we'll see if his first shot here is good. Now, it's only one, but if you're essentially got to use that as something.
Yeah, it's his first point of the night. Maybe seeing the ball go through the net will do him some good.
Alex Lester will check back in. He's been out since, I think, the 15-minute mark. Been out since early. And the Texier is good on both, so that will help.
Well, we were talking about it when he went out, that if East Central can push it, you could force him back in, but they weren't able to do that, so he sat.
Lester back out to Mo. He gets a screen. Mo, look, he wants to go to Lester.
Big mismatch.
Back out to Mo. 3 shot is no. Oh, wow. That's
there's that soft rim.
That is the friendliest of friendly bounces. And yes, that is a very soft rim over there. We were watching in warm-ups. It was like, oh my. So East Central will get that rim though in the second half. Dixon found the lane and he got the edge. You cannot allow Dixon to have any sort of edge like that.
Maybe if you isolate Dixon over on one side of the court, far away from the basket, force one of their post players who maybe doesn't have the quickest of feet, defend him.
Penson with it. He gives it back to Mo. Mo left open from 3, and it's good. And
it just lives up there.
Right now, East Central, they're getting caught in these screens, and they can't get past them right now. And that's what's leading to these open 3 looks for Nevis. Dixon looking to drive inside, and he is going to be stolen away there by Eli Lewis.
Nevis has numbers.
Lester will drop it in for 2.
A.J. Lester with his first bucket of the night.
8 turnovers here by East Central, 25-16. Under 3 minutes to go. Braden Olsen, he finds a little bit of a lane, stops, gives it out to Carlson. Carlson inside, can't get it to fall. Carlin battling for the rebound. Now, oh my goodness, that is an absolute shoulder. That is a foul. Oh my goodness, no way. That is, oh my goodness, all day on Lindau. That is a shoulder from Lindau. That is unbelievable. They're going to call that on the Texier.
They got him with he kind of showed a chicken wing.
No way. That is on Lindau. He lowered his shoulder like a fullback in the hole. Oh, that's a missed call there. Very bad, very missed call. Yeah, that's a missed call if I ever seen one. Respectfully, I will disagree with what they called. Again, can't do it without the refs, but that was a missed one. So we move on. A timeout called here by East Central. They're going to try and regroup after that tough call because on a call like that, that could definitely turn the tide heavily in Nevis' favor.
Yeah, so when you're with your team, you just have to say, hey, it happened. You can't do anything about it.
Correct.
What are we going to do moving on?
And I think that's a big thing here now for the Eagles, specifically just because it's a 9-point difference right now for East Central. They're down. But if they can move past this, use that as fuel.
Right, because complaining about it does nothing. It keeps your head out of the game where it needs to be. So you have to play forward.
Leave the complaining to us. We'll do the complaint.
It looked like East Central was starting to get something going offensively in the past couple possessions. We'll see if they can do something there. I really like Dixon.
Yeah.
Isolated on one side of the floor. Not ISO ball so much as getting him one-on-one against somebody who doesn't have as quick as feet as him.
Just a mismatch somewhere. As Lindahl will give it up to Lewis. Lewis, he looks to drive. Shot is up. And that soft rim does not provide the friendly roll that time. It's a fourth rebound there for Dixon. Dixon off to Carlson. Carlson up the court. Gets a screen from Dixon. Back to Dixon. Again, Dixon not the best at the long ball, but he can do it. Yeah, I've seen him drain a few, but it's not necessarily his game. Letexier long. Going to come up short, and Bessler with the rebound. And that shot blocked by Carlin.
That should have been a goaltend.
No, it was good. No, the ball was coming down, but a three there from Letexier is good.
Big shot by Letexier.
Well, hey, if you can get a call in your favor, sometimes that's all you need. That's all right. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. As now Lindahl comes up the court, top the key to Benson. He's been good from long range. That's no good, though, and Dixon will get the rebound. He'll give it off to Carlson. And up the court to Carlin. Carlin inside to Letexier. Shot is no good. And rebounded there by A.J. Bessler, the younger of the Besslers. Lindahl will bring it forward. Under a minute and a half to go. John Paul Benson. Another possible foul there as Benson got away with a little bit of a stiff arm. And now he'll give it to Mo. Mo, top of the key. Looks for a screen. Guarded by Carlson. Wanted to go back to Benson. Instead goes far side corner to Lewis. That's going to be no good. Carlin can't come up with the rebound. Instead it's Lindahl. And this time, it's Lindahl again. I thought Carlin got it.
Carlin did have it, but it was poked out of his hands.
John Paul Benson for three.
His third tonight.
East Central has to figure out the rebounds on defense right now because they cannot get anything. Oh, he got his hand. He got his hand. They missed a call again. Oh, my heavens. Oh, my heavens. They missed a call on the foul. Shot is no good. Of course, it's rebounded and put back for two by Eli Lewis. That was a plain miss. That was missed. Letexier was fouled, and they missed it. Dixon back the other way. He was fouled as well. Oh, my goodness. East Central can't get a call right now. Thomas Cam is going to check into the game.
10 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Now, if you're East Central, just hold them from scoring. That's what you need to do right now because, oh my. Lindahl has it, trying to get around Carlson. Stops, gives it inside to Bessler, and he'll drop it in for two right at the buzzer.
Bessler had really good position there, sealing off his defender, and had a wide open layup essentially.
So at halftime, your Eagles trail 32-19. But man, have the calls not been going their way. Oof, that is tough. And East Central, regroup, come back out, use that as fuel to your fire. We'll take commercial break. The Eagles trail here in the section championship 32-19 against the Nevis Tigers. Back after word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to Boys Section Championship Basketball on WCMP.
Promoting good health in children is the best way to ensure they'll enjoy good health as adults. Don't skip out on your children's wellness appointments. Call Wellia Health today at 320-679-1313 to set up a Well Child visit. Our friendly family medicine providers love to support young families by helping your children stay healthy, active, and feeling their very best. WelliaHealth.org.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
And
Here's the pitch.
Here's the Pitch, the premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com. Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. Your East Central Eagles trail here at halftime, 32-19. Taking a look at the stats from the first half. 6 turnovers there by the Nevis Tigers, and leading the way points-wise for them, John Paul Beston with 14, Christian Moe with 10. They were 1 of 4 from the free throw line, 6 steals and 17 fouls. On the other side for your East Central Eagles, they had 8 turnovers. Leading the way scoring-wise was Jacob Dixon with 16, 5 for Letexier, 1 for Olson. They were 4 of 8 from the free throw line, 3 steals, 1 block, 6 fouls. And in that interview with head coach Darren Fote, he said, 50% is okay. It's not where we want to be from the free throw line. So that's one of the things. But again, in that first half, it was half and half. The first half of the first half belonged to East Central. The second half of the first half belonged to Nevis. And East Central, it kind of, unfortunately, similar to that Uppsala game, they just kind of couldn't find anything.
Yeah, offensively they were really stagnant. It looked like they didn't have enough patience there on the offensive end. When they did have patience and they were able to get Dixon open, he was able to do what he does and get a few buckets. But a few times they tried to force it down there and either threw it out of bounds or got a steal or didn't really get him in the right spot. But Nevis's defense has forced them to do that. They've been playing very well defensively, putting in East Central in really tough spots.
Yeah, they have, and unfortunately there, some of the calls just didn't go their way. I'm going to say it once and then move on, but the calls, the Eagles certainly had some missed calls in that one that did not go their way, and some of them were pretty upsetting. We'll put it that way. Again, I'm not calling out the referees personally, not at all. Would never do that. If the referees aren't here, we don't have a game. So I don't want anyone to think I'm calling them out or saying anything bad about them. That's not what I'm saying. It's my view on it, and that's it. So that's what I'll say about that. But I just want to be clear, I don't want anybody getting upset that I'm calling out the refs, because that is certainly nothing that I would ever do. But just how I view it. So in this one, yeah, it's been tough for East Central. It's been kind of a tale of the first half being 2 halves in one. But for East Central, you mentioned it, they started to get a little bit of something going there at the tail end, but then the calls just didn't go their way, and it seemed like a little bit they were letting those calls affect them.
It did, yeah, absolutely. And you just can't let that happen because those are things you can't control. And really, I think their biggest problem was on the defensive boards, because a lot of these Tigers' 32 points came on second chance points, and that has been the killer for East Central here tonight. And you just need to find a body to box out. Easier said than done. Nevis is really crafty, and they have height as well, which makes them very talented on the boards. But you got to do something about that, or else you don't really have a chance.
No, not at all. And that's the unfortunate part about it is if you take away some of these second chance scoring opportunities for Nevis, this game looks a lot better. We probably are talking about maybe still a double-digit deficit, maybe not. I think if you take away some of those second chance scoring opportunities, we're more or less at 5 points difference either way. So, yeah, I would like to see East Central try and figure it out on the defensive boards. Like to see them do a little bit better. Of course, it does help that rim, very soft. And now East Central will get to use it. And does that play in their favor at all?
Oh, absolutely it does. There were a couple of threes down here by Nevis that I think I said they lived on the front of the rim before they fell in. But I remember saying in the early portion of this game that East Central was playing stronger, and that completely flipped 180 degrees, and Nevis was just playing stronger towards the end of that first half.
Yeah, and East Central, again, they came out with some fire. Nevis came out. They started to get some things going their way, and it's unfortunate because I like what you said, is that East Central just seemed to be kind of impatient with their offense. I think if they can settle things down just a little bit, because even when they crossed the timeline, it just looked like they were a little bit discombobulated. Nothing was truly set. They weren't really sure of which way to go with the ball. So I think if they can just settle down a tad bit, on the offensive side when they have the ball. I think that'll all play well. Now, again, we all say this just sitting here. It's easier said than done, as we have both mentioned. But these are the things that we're observing that we think that would help the Central Eagles get back into this game, and hopefully they can and will punch their state ticket to the state tournament. That's how you say it.
Well, Nevis's defense is designed to do exactly that. To make you either impatient or do things you don't really want to do, force turnovers, force bad shots, and it's designed to make you impatient.
As we look at it, if your green thumb is starting to itch, Beaver Meadow Garden Center is open. You can come in for your seeds, ideas, and garden starter needs, and keep up to date this year by following Beaver Meadow on Facebook. The tastiest way to our local area is the Restaurant Passport. Pick one up, collect stamps at the participating restaurants, and win gift certificates to those same places. A winner every day, and our grand prize winner will receive $500 in gift cards to those same restaurants. Here at halftime, 32-19, Eagles trail on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. Plus, the team over there believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program. Adam, your thoughts here, keys for East Central going into the second half?
I think you need to be more patient offensively and be stronger with the basketball, especially on the rebounds. Even a couple times when they did get the rebounds on the defensive end, every once in a while, Nevis would come in and just poke it out because East Central didn't squeeze it after they got the rebound. So rebounding is very important here coming into the second half.
We'll take one more commercial break, be back for the start of the second half here in this Section 5A championship game between your East Central Eagles and the Nevis Tigers.
And thank you, sports fans. The madness has been in full swing all night long, but it does have to come to a conclusion here. We're going to name a champion in 3, 2, and 1.
This week, Maverick Saloon and Baroon. $10 certificate for only $5. Whoa, nothing but net.
Yeah, you might as well log in and save. WCMPradio.com/deals, where everyone's a champion. That's WCMPradio.com/deals.
Keep it clean at Maytag Laundry, with locations in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. Whether you have rugs that need cleaning, quilts, or comforters, no job is too big for the machines at Maytag Laundry. Your items will look brand new. Whatever you need clean, the machines at Maytag Laundry are up for the task. So when you need to keep it clean, look to the big machines at Maytag Laundry in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora.
One of the interesting things about this East Central team, we've seen it the last 3 times we've covered them. They don't come out till about a minute left at halftime, and they don't shoot the ball around like most teams do.
Right, and with the soft rim, however, it might not make a difference.
That's a very
You just throw it up there, and it'll just fall in somehow. Like, no, when you're practicing free throws, the pull of the net will make the rim jiggle. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. It is the softest rim I've seen.
I wish we could show people what it looked like during pregame warm-ups. It is soft, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of funny too. So, but back here we are ready for the start of the second half, and the Nevis Tigers will begin the half with the ball, or excuse me, the East Central Eagles will begin the half with the ball. It's Dylan Lundberg out there.
So we'll see what they have drawn up for this first play.
Well, so far they need to get it inbounded because the 5 seconds is up. Oh, just
barely.
Whew. That was a little too close for comfort, but they do get it inbounded. So 18 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard with three locations, Pine City, Lyncham, Cambridge, Dylan Lundberg. And who is this going to be? They're going to get this on Dixon. Or not. Dixon thought it was, but I was going to say that can't be on Dixon because, okay, so they're going to get Benson, John Paul Benson, his first.
So get a couple baskets here if you're East Central, cut into this lead a bit.
Inbound to Carlin, the turnaround jumper right off the front of the rim, and he's going to get his own rebound. That's big. We talked about Carlin. If he can get that turnaround jumper down, he's going to be dangerous.
You can't defend that shot.
Carlin, from the free throw line, no good. Oh, Dixon fouled there, didn't get it called, and it's rebounded by Moe. had hands all over him. Now Moe up the court quickly. Lester nearly with a travel there, no good. Moe with the rebound, backs it out to John Paul Benson for 3.
Another offensive rebound leads to second chance points.
Yeah, unfortunately for East Central, they've got to figure that out because it is killing them right now. Ooh, Letexier and Carlson kind of bunched themselves up there. Luckily, they were able to get out of it.
Yeah,
now
Dixon there for a split second.
Lundberg to Letexier, now to Carlson. Carlson to Carlin for 3 from the top of the key.
Ben Carlin answers.
Well, that's what they needed. They needed a shot like that from somebody, somewhere. They got it from Carlin, and maybe that sparks Carlin or just the rest of the offense. Scoreboard is 1 point off. I apologize. It's 35-22. A 3 there, no good. And Lundberg will come up with the rebound.
All right, so you have a stop now. So we'll see what they can do with it.
Carlson looking for a screen from Dixon. Carlson thought he found a lane, and it's Lindau once again with a steal. No good on the dunk, and Lester's going to be fouled. I think that one's going to be Carlin. We'll wait and see.
It's going to be on Lundberg. It'll be his first.
Well, that's good for the Eagles because Carlin would have had his third.
Good foul there.
So Lester at the line now to shoot 2.
But good fast break offense by the Tigers.
That one's good.
As Lester has 5 points. And it looks like he has his 1,000th point.
So Alex Lester for the Nevis Tigers got his 1,000th career point there. Congratulations to him on that one. You can see he really doesn't much care. He's game mode all the way. And that one's no good. So
strong rebound by Lundberg.
That was a much needed rebound too, as Letexier has it now. We're 36-22. Letexier goes all the way across court to Lundberg. Lundberg gives it back to Carlson. Carlson will spin around on the far side, look for somebody. East Central looks like they have too many guys in the
spacing is off kilter.
Lob inside Dixon, and he falls with it. They're going to get a travel call on him, and Dixon is not happy. I kind of agree. He was, I think he's got a point there. But Nevis will get it back on another turnover. That is a rare, fiery moment from Dixon. You don't see that often from him. That is, and if you're East Central, let him cook at this point because you don't see that often from Jacob Dixon, and if you're seeing it, he might just be feeling himself. That shot going to ring around the rim for Austin Arendt to fall in for 2, 38-22. East Central right now just doesn't have an answer defensively, but offensively, they've got some looks, but just haven't been able to get those converted, and Lundberg can't get it to fall. And now Benson with the rebound. Quickly up the court come the Tigers. It's Lester who gets it to fall in. Oh, my goodness.
So now the lead is up to 18, and Lester has 7.
Letexier, timeout called here by East Central. Yeah, unfortunately, they're going to have to use their third. It's a needed one as well. So a timeout called here by East Central. It'll be a full, and while they take a timeout, we'll take one as well. You're listening to Section 5A Championship Basketball on WCMP.
Aw, man. Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
Back here on WCMP, your East Central Eagles trail by 18 to the Nevis Tigers, 40-22, with 14:57 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Find out more at embracemn.com.
I think it's critically important that East Central gets something going offensively on this possession. Otherwise, this thing is in big danger of getting out of control.
Yeah, they need something. And it doesn't have to be the long ball either. It can be inside. You can work to Dixon or Carlin. but you just need a shot to fall here. Lundberg will get set to inbound for the Eagles. He looks, gives it to Dixon. Dixon trying to get around Bessler, and he'll get the foul call on Bessler.
They isolated Dixon with Bessler and drew the foul.
That'll be Bessler's second, and the team's second. Him out here to Dixon. Now he gives it to Carlson. He had Lundberg top of the key, just missed him. Now to Lundberg again from Letexier, over to Dixon. Dixon back to Carlson, and now a foul here on Nevis again. They're going to get, I think, Moe. Yeah, they're going to get Christian Moe. So his second, team's third.
So fouls piling up on the Tigers.
And Carlin looking, trying to get around the defender. A travel call there will be another turnover.
He must have. It's hard to see because the scorers table is in front of us, so maybe he picked up his pivot foot.
That's a tough call either way. Interesting call, but tough one nonetheless. Arendt has it for the Tigers. He gives it top of the key to A.J. Bessler on the near side for Lindau. Now top of the key to Moe. Moe gets around one defender. He gives it off on the near side to Benson for three. That's going to be no good. Dixon there.
That's a strong rebound.
And he wanted that one. And now Carlson trying to get past the defender. He gives it back to Dixon. Dixon gives it near side now to Letexier. Letexier looking for Lundberg. Oh, and unfortunately there he had the lane, but he picked up the dribble inside to Carlin, and Carlin off the backboard in for two.
Beautiful pass from Dixon to Carlin.
That is about as good as you can draw it up if you're Dixon and Carlin. And they need to, I think, get back to that well a little bit more. Dixon-Carlin connection or Carlin-Dixon connection. Either way, they need to get that connection a little bit more. Now it's Moe with it on the far side for Nevis. Jeez, to the basket, drops it in for two.
Quick first step there by Christian Moe.
And foul here on the Tigers as Carlson went to the basket. I think they're going to get Austin Arendt on that one. Yeah, they will. That'll be his third and the team's fourth. So Carlson at the line now to shoot two. And these will be big if you're East Central. First one's up, no good. Remember how we talked about how that rim was soft?
Not the back of it.
Substitution here for East Central. Braden Olson will check into the game. They like his change of pace ability. So Carlson, good on that one. His first point on the night makes it 42-25. And it's Lindau up the court. Right now, the speed of Nevis kind of hurting East Central. That one no good. Lester gets the rebound and no good on the shot.
So we'll see who this is on. Letexier and Dixon were in the area.
We're going to get Letexier his third. Team's second. And Lester at the line to shoot two. And that one's no good. So our score remains 42-25 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. 13-16 left in this game. 42-25, East Central trails. And Carlson almost went over the line. He managed to wave his arms to keep himself back as Dixon will get the rebound. And yeah, Carlson stepped. That's a tough one. And he more or less slipped. That drug his toe out.
He was going too fast. His momentum was carrying him to the baseline.
And unfortunately, that's their fourth turnover. None here so far for Nevis. That's tough. Lindau brings it up the court. He'll give it over on the near side to Bessler. That's Isaac Bessler. Gives it back to Lindau. Lindau looks to his left. Trying to get around Olson. He does.
Olson's got to be careful. He's riding.
Shot up, no good. Lester does get the rebound, but that shot is no good, and it's rebounded by Dixon. Dixon has no one to go to, finally finds Braden Olson, and Olson will now give it near side to Carlson. Carlson will give it in the near side corner to Dixon. Dixon looking to get around Lester. Lester, good defense. Now he gives it back out to Carlson on the near side to Braden Olson. Braden Olson thought about three and said he'll pull it down. Inside, gives it to Letexier. A long three is no good. And that ball going to get out to Carlson for a rebound. Letexier again for three is good.
Second opportunity.
And you mentioned it before. Good shooter won't miss it twice. And now did we get a... Not sure. We got a whistle.
Oh, looks like a foul on Nevis, which will give the ball... Or maybe it was a double foul.
I think they're saying it... Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. So it will be blue ball. So Alex Lester with his third, team's fifth.
But this official was pointing towards Nevis. So
it was a little confusing there.
Okay, so the basket counts. The foul was on the rebound attempt, which will give the ball back to East Central.
And
so
either
a break
way,
for the Eagles.
Yeah. Huge break for East Central. Carlin will get the inbound pass to him. Well, it's not
and
going to
Nevis
matter.
just negated it with a steal by Mo.
And the steal, and
maybe
they get it back. Shot is up, no good. Lester with the rebound, drops it in for two. Man, oh man, even when East Central catches a break, they can't convert.
They seem to be taking one step forward, two steps back here at the moment.
Braden Olson
got away with the carry.
Gives it off to Carlin. Carlin back to Braden Olson. Olson goes far side to Carlson. To Letexier, side steps the defender. Shot up, no good. And rebounded by Isaac Bessler.
Letexier is just trying to do too much right now.
Bessler now back to Mo. Mo back to Bessler. Isaac Bessler with it. Looking, almost a travel, and they're going to get a timeout call there. Yeah, their head coach realized what kind of trouble he was in, so Scott Kramer, the head coach of Nevis, called the timeout. Smart timeout there because his player nearly traveled twice. So he'll call the timeout. It will be a full timeout, and while they take a timeout, we'll take one as well. You're listening to Boys Basketball here on WCMP.
At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well at every age and every stage. If you've been busy taking care of everything else but neglecting your own personal health, don't let another year go by without making yourself a priority. Get an annual checkup. Please schedule an appointment at Wellia Health today. Call us at 320-679-1313 or welliahealth.org.
Back here on WCMP, the Eagles trail the Nevis Tigers 44-28 with 11:19 to go in the game. On that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, they'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Plus, here's the pitch. The area's premier indoor batting cages offers individual batting lessons taught by current and former collegiate athletes. Touch them all this season by tuning up your swing at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Here's the pitchmn.com to learn more.
So when the last offensive possession, I spoke of Letexier trying to do a little too much. And what I mean by that is when a team is down and a player really wants to get their team back into it, sometimes they're doing it in the best of intentions, but they're just putting themselves in a bad spot, trying to do more than what they should to get them out of position.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know Letexier just wants to help his team. You know he wants that three to fall. You know he believes in himself. As we get a three here from Mo, it's no good. Letexier will get the rebound.
But you got to think, you can't get 16 points in one shot.
Correct.
You need to take this down bit by bit.
And we've talked about it before. It's easier said than done. But as a team, you just got to realize that, hey, that one's no good there. Bessler with the rebound. That, hey, it's one possession at a time. There's no 16-point shot in basketball. There's only 3 and maybe a possible 4 if you get the foul.
We almost had a 6-point possession down here before.
Yeah, almost. As Carlin going to get called for the foul as he went up. He wound up on the back of the Tiger player, so he'll pick up his third and the team's third.
It was on the floor, though.
But for East Central, yeah, it's unfortunate because their offense, they've sped things up a little bit. They've pushed the pace, and you can tell their offense is just right on the verge of breaking loose. This one's nearly stolen away on the inbound, but they get it back, give it to Lindahl. Lindahl will take it, reset the offense at the top of the key, stands at the St. Cloud State logo. Gives it over on the near side to Benson. Benson, he wants to go to Bessler, instead pulls it down. He'll drive inside and now give it far side to Lindahl for 3. That's going to come up short, and Carlson will grab the rebound, and he'll slow things down, let the offense get in front, and now he'll pick things up. Driving to the basket. No, just a little too strong on the shot, and this one rebounded by the Tigers. That one's no good. And rebounded by Olsen. That's Braden Olsen now up the court to Carlson. Oh, probably should have went to Dixon. Instead pulls up a 2. That is no good, and Dixon clearly fouled. They will line and shoot 2.
So it's going to be a foul on Nevis. East Central using their fast break offense lately.
That one's on A.J. Bessler, his third, team's 6th. 10:05 to go. Dixon to the line now to shoot 2.
He is 1 for 4 from the line so far tonight.
That one's good.
His first point of the second half.
44-29. Bessler out, Lester in.
There's not much of a drop-off when Lester goes out and Bessler comes in.
As Dixon will get both of them to fall.
All right, so now this lead is down to 14.
44-30 is the score. But quickly up the court go the Tigers, and this is why they're so dangerous. John Paul Benson for 3. Shot is no good. It's Dixon who comes up with the rebound. And again, he just wanted it more. Letexier, nice dribbles. He picks it up, gives it over to Carlson. Carlson now to Carlin. Carlin for 3. That's no good. And nobody home for East Central for the rebound. And the Eagles need to pick up some second chance opportunities.
They're doing better on both ends of the floor. There's a little spark offensively as a foul is going to be on Letexier.
I think he picked up his feet, unfortunately. Yeah. That's why. So
that'll be his 4th.
And that's unfortunate for East Central. That's his 4th. He's their three-point guy.
Right.
He is their three-point shooter. Now, he hasn't had a ton of looks from 3, but he's their three-point guy.
Yeah,
and that is going to be unfortunate. It looks like he will take a seat, and Kiernan will check in for him. So that is less than ideal for East Central, but Lester misses his free throw shot, which is ideal if you're East Central. So Kiernan does check in for Letexier.
So how long can you afford having Letexier on the bench? I mean, it's a smart move, I feel, here at this point in the game.
So Lester drops in his second one. He's 1 for 2 that time, 45-30. And here come the Eagles. Braden Olsen gives it off to Dixon. Dixon looking, gives it back to Carlin. Carlin will go top the key, nearly stolen away.
As
they're going to get Braden Olsen on the foul.
Yeah, Christian Moe had the steal. And
yeah, right now the passes by East Central are not the best looks.
I've never liked cross-court passes.
As now Nevis has it. Lester looking. Oh, a shove got away with there by Arendt on Olsen. They'll give it back inside to Lester. Lester underneath.
Good defense.
Oh, my goodness, but it's kept up by Nevis. Unreal. It should have been a steal for Central, and they could not grab it. 3 there going to be good, of course.
Rolls in by Eli Lewis.
Well, when you got things going your way, might as well take the shot. Why not? Carlin for 3. That's going to be no good, but Ramsey Kiernan with the rebound. Kiernan in some trouble. Tries to keep it alive. Yeah, that's a foul there on Eli Lewis. You got to call it both ways. Eli Lewis doesn't agree, but it's got to be called.
And it's his second. Team 7, so Kiernan's going to go to the line for the bonus.
8:35 to go. Eagles trail by 18. We know these two offenses can get it done, but so far it's been the defenses here in this one. As Kiernan at the line for 2. Or for the 1-and-1, excuse me. That one's up, no good. Dixon pulls in the rebound. They needed that. Shot is up, no good. Dixon.
They're going to get a foul. I believe that's going to be on Lester.
Dixon got the rebound, and that foul, yes, on Lester. So that's his 4th. And Dixon at the line to shoot 2. 48-30, 8:31 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom light force braces or Invisalign clear liners. They got those 3 locations: Pine City, Lindstrom, and of course Cambridge. No good on the first one by Jacob Dixon. And it will be good on the second. And if you're East Central, you're going to need to be a little bit better from the free throw line. Unfortunately, 50% just at this point is just not going to get it done. 3 there's no good, but Nevis.
Long rebound.
Wow. Going to get the rebound. Ooh, no jump ball call? Lindau got the rebound. They're going to get that one on Kiernan. I think myself, along with East Central's bench, thought that should have been a jump ball. Some players on the court thought it should be as well, but Kiernan, he just accepts it. He says, hey, my bad. You gotta love that mentality from a player. A 3 is no good, but Nevis going to get the rebound once again. If you're East Central, you blatantly can't have it. Carlin with a big block!
A delayed block there by Carlin.
Wow. That's huge. Long 3.
Steps into the 3.
Good. But this time, finally, East Central's going to get a second chance opportunity. Dump inside to Carlin. On the near side, Carlson for 3. That's good!
Warren Carlson with his first 3 tonight. Cuts the lead back down to 14.
And finally, East Central got a second chance opportunity. That is what they've been missing here in this game. Now they need to be better rebounders on the defensive side because Nevis has been getting far too many second chance scoring opportunities on offense. Back with it is Mo. Mo trying to get around Kiernan.
Could have been a push-off there called on Mo.
And unfortunately, Nevis has been getting away with that a little bit here in this one, and Mo going to drop it in for 2. 50-34. Carlson calling for someone, not sure who, but now he'll take it himself. Drifts towards the far side, gets a screen from Dixon. Oh, and he kind of let that one out of his hands, I think a little too soon, but a backboard 3 off the backboard from Jacob Dixon to make it 50-37.
Just taking the team in his hands.
Mo. Oh, got away with the travel. Gives it off to Lindau. His foot just kind of slipped the other direction. It wasn't obvious by any means, but I was watching his feet and it just moved. So it wasn't one that I think that anyone would have saw.
8 on the shot clock for Nevis.
Lindau with it. He gives it near side. 3, good.
Big 3.
Lewis.
There by Eli Lewis to stop the East Central momentum.
Olsen. Ooh.
That's going to be on Mo.
Light call. But the Eagles will take it, and now Olsen will go to line for a 1-and-1.
It'll be his 3rd as Letexier is back in for the Eagles.
Well, they've now found a way to get those 3 balls open, and they say, hey, it's time. 53-37. But again, East Central's got to find a way to stop the offense of Nevis.
Well, Braden Olsen now at the line with the ability to score with the clock stopped. He split a pair in the first half.
And got that one to fall, so he'll be granted a second opportunity. 38 points now for East Central to the Nevis 53. 6:11 to go. And he got the second one to fall as well. 2 big free throws there by Braden Olsen. It's 53-39. Lindau with it. Lindau trying to get around Olsen. Olsen following.
And that's the same call that Olsen got here on the offensive side.
Oof.
I don't like either foul call, to be honest
with
you.
Yeah, they were really touchy at both sides. I thought they should have just let them play on both of those, but I mean, you've let them be physical up to this point. I think you just got to let it finish out that way. But unfortunately, they're tightening it down, it seems like, here in the late parts of the game. No good, and that will not touch anything. So no opportunity for a rebound by anybody because it doesn't touch rim. And the Eagles will get it back.
6 minutes left to play. 53-39 is the Nevis lead.
Carlson wanted to let that one roll, but unfortunately it kind of stopped quarter of the way up the court. Dixon has it. Says, fine, I'll take it myself. And
he just got caught under the basket.
He did, but the defender was there too.
So it's going to stay East Central basketball as the rebound goes out of bounds off of Nevis.
Yeah, the net was there, but they had a defender right in front of Dixon, which, I don't know, I think either way, that one, you call it, oh my goodness, I don't know how that worked, but Carlin. A pass into Dixon was well off the mark, and Dixon trying to get that shot to fall after his rebound, can't. And now the other way come the Nevis Tigers. It's Arndt, and no good, and now they'll get Dixon. Dixon says, my arms were up. It'll be his second, team's 8th. And Darren Fote saying the same thing. His arms are straight up in the air. How can you get called for the foul? And then he's saying on the other end that should have been us, but it is going to be Arndt. Arndt at the line. He gets the first one to fall, so 54-39. Bessler in for Leicester.
Aaron with 3 points on the night.
And that one's good as well, so hits them both and makes it 55-39. Timeout called here by the Nevis Tigers. They'll be left with 2, as well as the East Central Eagles. It'll be a full timeout. And while they take a timeout, we will as well. You're listening to Boys Basketball on WCMP.
We don't know if you'll have the furnace or AC on by April 4th, but Dale's Heating and Appliance wants to send you to the Minnesota Twins home opener at Target Field. Keep listening to WCMP Cool Country for more details.
Hey girl, good to see you. You look great. What are you doing?
Oh, thanks. Been watching what I eat, like eating fresh.
Sounds awesome, but how do you do that living around here?
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone.
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone?
Yep, Chris's Food Center has top quality produce and meats, which helps me to buy fresh ingredients for me and my family.
Find Chris's Food Center online to view their weekly ads at chrisfoodcenter.com. Eat better, buy more, and spend less at Chris's Food Center in Sandstone. Open 7 days a week.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350, 55-39 with time becoming a factor for your East Central Eagles. They trail on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. Also, your local gardening MVP, Beaver Meadow Garden Center, has opened for the 2024 season. Seeds, mulch, rock, and the experts will help you come up with this year's gardening game plan. Beaver Meadow Garden Center, I-35, just one exit south of Hinckley. 55-39. East Central trying to get anything to go their way. They've, as Adam has mentioned before, their offense looks a lot better, but unfortunately defensively right now they just can't get a stop. But here comes Carlson. He'll give it to Dixon. Dixon, he hands it to Letexier, and that is exactly what they wanted. Oh, they got the look, just couldn't get it to fall. Carlin, all sorts of fouls. Of course, they were battling for the ball there, so they won't get that one in. He misses, and Moe will get the rebound. Carlson on Moe. Moe will give it top of key to Lindau. Now over to Arendt. Now back to Moe. Moe on the near side for Benson. Inside to Bessler. And Bessler now back outside. They'll slow things down a little bit. Arendt inside, outside to Benson now. For 3, that's off the front of the rim. And rebounded by Dixon.
Dixon just holds it up in the air where nobody can get it.
So here comes Carlson. Thought about 3. He fakes it. Now gives it to Olsen. Olsen driving inside. Lost the ball. Picks it up. Nice job. Now Letexier for 3. And he got it to fall despite the hand on his hand.
Yeah.
55,
well, the hand was
42.
in his face. Tough shot there by Letexier.
And a foul there on Carlson. And that's a correct call. And
not the worst foul because it extends the game.
Now, last time you said that, all of a sudden East Central goes on this 26-5 run. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but ladies and gentlemen, last time Adam Hefty said that, we've seen an incredible run from East Central.
Unrelated.
Lindau at the line. He makes the first. 56-42. And good on both. Those are his first points of the game. 57-42, I apologize. Now East Central comes the other way. Carlson gives to Dixon. Dixon spins around, looking, gives it near side to Olsen. Olsen gets past one defender, now goes inside to Dixon, and it's out of his reach. And there will be another turnover, and it will go back to Nevis.
And Dixon might have slipped down there, lost his footing.
Yeah, that was unfortunate So he was there, and I still think the pass was a little out in front, but he's that lengthy that he can go get it. So unfortunately, that's a turnover, 57-42. Nevis coming back up the court, Lindow with it. He gives it off to Benson, now back to Lindow. Lindow looks, he gives it. Oh, how is that not a foul on Dixon? Lester has it. They got away with one. It's Moe with it. Dixon, and now over to Benson. A long two is no good. Rebound there by Lester. He'll give it out to Lindow on the far side for Moe. A long two is going to be no good. Oh my goodness, Lester with a rebound. Back outside, and Carlson, yeah, he knew it. He didn't mean to do it, but he knew it.
He was just going too fast.
So that will send Lindow to the line for two. He hit his other two.
This will be a double bonus opportunity. Time is running short here for East Central. 3.5 left to play, down 15.
57-42 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard.
Coach Fote wants to know how many timeouts he has.
It is 2, says on the scoreboard, and Lindow good on that one. 58-42. At the end of the night, it's been a defensive performance by both of these squads. One of the best, not just in the section, but in the state, East Central. We'll see Lindow get that one in for two, in for both of them as well, 59-42. East Central has had a fantastic season, trying to keep it alive and make a trip to the state tournament. Carlson, nice move, just all him to the basket. Shot is no good. Carlin with the rebound, dropped it in off the rebound. So 59-44. Timeout call. We'll keep it here, actually, as we're at Hollenbeck Hall on the campus of St. Cloud State University. The Eagles trail here by 15 with 3:17 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Adam Hefty, Ethan Game Day Gilman here. This has been a tough game for East Central. I think more or less it's just been the speed of Nevis that has kind of got them out of rhythm.
It is. Nevis is uniquely built to play against a team like East Central. They do have the height as well, and they also have the quickness. Mm-hmm. And those are both seem to be troubles for East Central, and they just haven't been able to overcome that quite yet. They've been able to get a few things going. In the second half, they're only trailing Nevis in the second half by 2. It was 32-19 at the halftime break, but Nevis just winning the offensive rebounding.
And that's a big thing.
Second chance opportunities.
And that's probably the biggest thing of the game is Nevis has just been able to get those second chance scoring opportunities a lot more often than East Central has been able to get defensive rebounds. So I'd say a good chunk of Nevis's points have come off these second chance scoring opportunities.
And East Central showing their first press of the game. Nevis broke it relatively easily.
Lindow with it. He'll give it over to Lester, and relatively quick whistle there. They'll get Kiernan for the foul, but I thought they could have let them go a little bit. We'll get Kiernan, and now Lester will go to the line to shoot 2. Under 3 minutes to go. Lester at the line. First one's up, no good. He'll set up for his second.
2 for 7 at the line so far is Lester.
I want to give everyone a shout out who tuned in here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you tuning in. Again, means a lot to us for you to tune in. We know you're not tuning in for us, but nonetheless, we do appreciate it. It means a lot because you give us a job to do with you tuning in. 60-44.
It's because of you guys we get to go to gyms like this.
Absolutely. Your support for your athletes and schools means that we get to come to these cool places. Shot is up, no good. They're going to get a foul here on Nevis, and Carlson will go to the line and shoot 2.
Speaking of cool places, the winner of this one will go on to play at the state tournament. The first round's at the Target Center, since the Big Ten tournaments are going to be over at the end of this week.
It's hard to imagine the winter sports season is coming to a close. I still don't believe it. As Carlson is good on his first, 60-45. But yes, a sincere thank you to all of the fans who have tuned in this fall and winter sports season. Carlson, no good. That one rattles out, and as soft as that rim has been.
Hasn't been kind to Carlson.
No, it hasn't been kind at all. And now Lindau has it for the Nevis Tigers as it was rebounded by Nevis off the missed shot. It's Moe with it, circling around, gives it to Benson. Near side now to Arendt. And he's fouled. Carlson just got a hand on him. Be his third, and we'll send Arendt to the line for 2.
Nevis had a couple opportunities for shots, but the clock is a better friend than points right now.
First one is up and good from Arendt.
Arendt has 5 on the night.
61-45 now.
Perfect from the line so far tonight.
And that one's good as well. Give him 2 more from the free throw line. All of his points have come from the free throw line.
And a steal.
Stolen away there by Benson. And that should be a jump ball. Carlson had it wrapped up. They're going to get a foul. That should be a jump ball.
That was a heck of a...
Carlson looks at his coach, shakes his head, nah, no way. And I kind of tend to agree. I think he got the jump ball call.
So that's going to be the 4th on Carlson.
That's an unfortunate call there, but first one is up and good by Moe.
Moe's first trip tonight, bringing the lead to 63-45 with 2:17 left to play.
This one up and good as well. So he hits them both, and it's 64-45. And fortunately, time not a friend to the Eagles. It would take an incredible run, and I don't doubt the Eagles can do it.
Eli Lewis back in for the Tigers.
Carlson will get the inbound from Carlin. Here comes Carlson. He calls for Dixon, whether he wants a screen or what, and now to Latexi. That's a kick ball. They didn't get it. Kick ball by Aaron was missed. Should have been a kick ball, but they did not catch it, so it's a turnover instead. 66-45. Letexier, and he dribbled through. He thought he was fouled. Looked like he may have been, but it's going to be a steal for Benson.
So now Nevis just spending some time. Nice find there by Aaron, who cut well towards the basket.
That is unfortunate for East Central. I think, unfortunately, they just are losing it a little bit. Carlson throws it towards the basket. Oh, my goodness, he was out of bounds. They didn't catch it. They didn't see quite the foot that he had on the boundary. Lewis with this rebound, and now Carlin with a steal.
So East Central looking to get some.
And unfortunately, this game pretty much wrapped up as we get a timeout here by East Central. Get their younger guys in, and what a season it has been by the East Central Eagles. It has been so much fun to cover this team. It's a timeout called by the Eagles. And while we got a moment, we'll take a look at the seniors for this team. Got 5 of them for East Central. Counting them out, number 1, Warren Carlson. Then you've got number 3, Ethan Johnson, as well as, that is, I believe, number 11, Dylan Lundberg. Then you've got, of course, Chance Clark, 23, Jacob Dixon. So those are the 5 seniors this year for the East Central Eagles, 2 of them starters. And it'll be sad to see those guys go for East Central, but on a positive outlook for next year, they bring a good chunk of this team back.
Right. There's a lot of young talent in our area, so there is a big future coming around the Great River Conference and beyond. I don't know what Malacca looks like or North Branch, but I have seen a lot of Great River Conference basketball, and there's a lot of young talent.
Next year's going to be very interesting. A lot of teams are going to bring that young talent that you spoke of back with the experience from this year. And it's going to be interesting to see how many of these teams make that turn.
Right.
Because if a good chunk of them can, we're going to be in for some really good basketball next year. Oh, a turnover, but not quite. As getting it back there was Chance Clark for East Central. But it's going to be stolen away by Arendt. They don't really need to get points, but they will anyways, I guess. Mo will drop it in for 2. Didn't really need those. So 50 seconds left. We'll get substitutions here for Nevis. So as I mentioned before, Chance Clark in there, one of the seniors, as well as 21, Levi Cosbab. Number 10, Wyatt Frazier. Number 3, Ethan Johnson into the game, as well as Thomas Cam. That ball out of bounds. Going to be another turnover here for East Central. That'll be 11 in this second half. So we'll see Nevis get the ball, and then they'll probably just run out this clock as much as they can. Obviously, they'll have to take a shot before the shot clock expires.
For Leland Norby to get a shot. His first action here tonight.
A 3 here from Lewis. That's top the rim, top of the backboard. Should have been out of bounds, but no good. And a rebound there by Wyatt Frazier. Ball out of bounds again, but last touched out by Nevis. More substitutions coming in. It's JV players, number 0 and 14. I apologize, I don't have those on my roster.
Reese Youngberg and Braden Swenson.
And this is why we do it as a team, ladies and gentlemen. This is why. Thomas Cam will get it inbounded to him. Youngberg over on the near side.
Swenson.
Now a 3 here, going to be no good, and rebounded there by Lester.
And I believe Nevis will just dribble it out.
So the Eagles come up short, 70-45, and that will be it, ladies and gentlemen. So the East Central Eagles, what a season it was. They will come up short. They will take the second place trophy home in Section 5A. And, you know, Adam, they won't get to go to state this year. Maybe next, but a second place trophy in any section, in any sport, is no small feat.
Right, and they ran into a buzzsaw tonight with Nevis. Everything seemed to be working for Nevis after the first 5 minutes or so. They were uniquely designed to beat a team like East Central, and that's looked like what happened. East Central played valiantly. A couple shots just didn't fall, but a valiant effort nonetheless.
Absolutely, and unfortunately here for East Central, they will come up short, but what a season it was for them, and they'll be back here next year. I would almost bet that they will be back at this game again next year. So the final here, the Eagles fall 70-45 and will take home that second place trophy in Section 5, Single A. Will you have your furnace or AC on when the baseball season starts? Well, who knows? But either way, WCMP and Dale's Heating and Appliance are sending you to the Twins home opener at Target Field April 4th. Keep listening to WCMP for more details. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back to recap this one, and then that'll be it for our winter sports season, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to boys basketball on WCMP.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Keep it clean at Maytag Laundry, with locations in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. Whether you have rugs that need cleaning, quilts, or comforters, no job is too big for the machines at Maytag Laundry. Your items will look brand new. Whatever you need clean, the machines at Maytag Laundry are up for the task. So when you need to keep it clean, look to the big machines at Maytag Laundry in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora.
Aw, man. Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well at every age and every stage. If you've been busy taking care of everything else but neglecting your own personal health, Don't let another year go by without making yourself a priority. Get an annual checkup. Please schedule an appointment at Wellia Health today. Call us at 320-679-1313 or welliahealth.org.
We don't know if you'll have the furnace or AC on by April 4th, but Dale's Heating and Appliance wants to send you to the Minnesota Twins home opener at Target Field. Keep listening to WCMP Cool Country for more details.
Hey girl, good to see you. You look great. What are you doing?
Oh, thanks. Been watching what I eat, like eating fresh.
Sounds awesome, but how do you do that living around here?
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone.
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone?
Yep, Chris's Food Center has top quality produce and meats, which helps me to buy fresh ingredients for me and my family.
Find Chris's Food Center online to view their weekly ads at chrisfoodcenter.com. Eat better, buy more, and spend less at Chris's Food Center in Sandstone. Open 7 days a week.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ash Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
When aches and pains are interfering with your daily life, Wellia Health wants to help. The sports medicine team at Wellia Health is here to help you get back to the things you love. Wellia Health has a highly skilled sports medicine team with a wide range of experiences. They are also experts in concussion management, a concern for young athletes and adults alike. No matter the injury, get back in the game with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through your MyChart account, welliahealth.org.
More customers, more name recognition, more employees, more market share. If you'd like a little more for your business, it's time to start digital advertising. Did you know that the average person spends 4.5 hours per day on their smartphone? It's time for you to start reaching them. Streaming TV, SEO or SEM, display ads, and email marketing. If your business could use a little more, contact us now and we can help. info@q-mediagroup.com.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada. A pawn shop. Nada. Another Men's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Men's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Hi, this is Sarah from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Do you know about our propane customer referral program? It's simple and rewarding. Refer a qualified new Burnett Dairy propane customer and you'll receive a $100 credit to your account. Terms and conditions apply. Call 715-689-1032 for details and follow our Burnett Dairy General Store Facebook page. Share the warmth with Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, the Eagles fall to the Nevis Tigers in the Section 5A Championship 70-45. Quick look at stats. Leading the way for the Tigers was Christian Moe, who hit his 1,000th career point with 18, 17 for John Paul Benson, and Alex Lester with 9, who hit his 1,000th career point, and Austin Arendt with 10. They were 14 of 23 from the free throw line, 12 steals, and 17 team fouls with 8 turnovers. Then for the East Central Eagles, leading the way for them was Jacob Dixon with 22, 11 for the Texier, 7 Ben Carlin, 5 for Warren Carlson, 3 for Braden Olson. They were 11 of 18 from the free throw line, 4 steals, 2 blocks, and 19 team fouls. And an unfortunate end to a great season for East Central here tonight. But what an effort by East Central. They never hung their heads. They never gave up. They were continually in it and battled to the very end.
Well, the game was in doubt until about 2 minutes left, until it started to really get away from them. But they fought hard. They got it to within 12 at one point, and you felt like momentum was turning East Central's way. But then a 3 goes down by Eli Lewis, which really shuts the momentum off, or from John Paul Benson, who had a few threes on the night as well. And Nevis is such a talented squad in their own right, and they came away with a victory.
So that'll do it, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, for our winter sports season. We are done. That is it. I can't believe it. I just doesn't seem real that we are already finished up with the winter sports season. It's been a fun one. Adam Hefty to my left, I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you for doing all that you have done for winter sports this season. I know Andy Beckstrom's not with us here tonight, but I want to give a huge shout out to him. He's done a great job of winter sports once again this year.
And thanks to you. You're doing the same thing, plus herding us as well, which is like herding cats. But thank you, Ethan, for all that you do for us as well.
Well, you guys have been so flexible and understanding. It is easy to work with guys like that, so I appreciate you guys. Of course, we want to give a huge shout out to any and everybody who tuned in, whether it's near or far. We appreciate you tuning in to the winter sports here this season. It is because of you that we get to come out here, that we have a job to do. So we are so thankful for all of you who tuned in to all of our winter sports here this winter. Again, I want to thank all of our fine sponsors. The final on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 70-45, East Central falls. Spring break is here for a lot of schools, and it's just about done, and so is the softball and baseball season. They're just about to begin. Make an appointment today at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Bring your own pitcher and swing for just $35, or use one of their state-of-the-art pitching machines for just $40. Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Make your plate appearance today. So the Eagles fall 70-45 in the section championship, but they bring a good core of this team back next year, and Adam, I'm sure we'll see them. If not Bram, if not this team, if not that team. We're going to have a really fun winter sports season next year. It's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait. But we now turn our attention to more spring sports and whatever that may bring. But, again, in this game, it was a tough one. Nevis had a great team, and I can't get over what you said. They just had the perfect team to combat what East Central brought.
Right. They had the height, and they're basically East Central. They're almost the same exact team, except their twin towers come in for each other. So they have A.J. Bessler come in for Alex Lester. When Lester got into foul trouble, we're saying, hey, maybe East Central caught a break, but A.J. Bessler played just as well as Lester did.
He really did. It was really fun to see that transition. And there really was no difference between the two coming in. You thought, sometimes you might see a little bit of a drop-off, especially when one guy comes off the bench. Not the case there for the Nevis Tigers. But again, for East Central, their seniors, we will say goodbye to them one more time. Looking at it for them, it's Warren Carlson, Ethan Johnson, Dylan Lundberg, Chance Clark, Jacob Dixon. Those are the seniors for the East Central Eagles here. And we wish them the best of luck in whatever is in their future. Maybe it's spring sports, maybe it's college they're now looking forward to. Whatever it is, we wish them nothing but the best of luck, and congratulations to them on a fantastic career here at East Central. The final, once again, Nevis defeats your East Central Eagles 70-45. We now turn our attention to the spring sports season, so stay tuned to WCMP. Of course, our morning shows on both KBEK and WCMP 100.9 FM for all things local sports. We'll recap this game, we'll talk this game, and all but this game. That's all that's going on in our local listening area. So we'll talk this game. We'll also talk girls state tournament basketball, as well as regional and national sports. Stay tuned to our websites, WCMPradio.com, KBEK.com, for the links to the games that we'll be covering that week. Of course, you'll be waiting until April to see any links come up on there. But stay tuned, because that is subject to change once we get in to the spring sports season. It is subject to change just because scheduling, that it does change a little bit. Also, stay tuned to our social medias, our Facebooks, KBEK and WCMP Radio, as well as our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports, breaking news, LOI signings, especially this time of year. Stay tuned for that. Coaches retiring, new coaches coming, whatever you can think of local sports-wise, stay tuned to our socials for that. Adam Hefty, any final thoughts on not just this game, but the winter sports season as a whole?
Man, every game I do, I feel like it's a blessing. It's really, that pandemic really stole a lot from us, and just the crowd that we saw, whether it was when we came in for the 6AA section championship or this one as well, the crowds were incredible, and crowds have been incredible throughout the entire season.
It's been so fun. It has been so fun to hear the crowd, whether the student section is getting into it with their chants or it's the entire crowd just getting into it. It has been so fun.
And not much has been negative.
No.
I mean, there's a few negative things, but good-hearted negative things.
Yes, absolutely. And it can certainly go the other way quickly, but for the most part, it has been so much fun. It is a blessing to be able to do these games. I consider myself blessed as well to be able to call this a career. I am so honored to be doing this. It is so much fun, and I can't imagine doing anything else. So again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in, especially thanks to our fine sponsors. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to come out to these games, so thank you so much to them. And again, thanks to all of you for tuning in. It means a lot to us for you to tune in. For WCMP, that's Adam Hefty. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Remember, be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through. Your kindness can make their day. The final for the last time in winter sports. East Central Eagles fall to the Nevis Tigers in the Section 5A championship game, 70-45. Once again, that's Adam Hefty. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night and a fantastic weekend. Stay tuned. Spring sports are just around the corner.